boys and girls. Today we're going to be talking about a reading skill called cause and effect. So we're going to look at this board and we're going to see some examples and find out more about cause and effect. So cause means reason. So the cause of something happening is the reason that it happens. So our first example right here, the balloon popped. Well, that's the cause of something that's going to happen. So let's look at the effect. The effect is what happened. Well, what happened? Jamie was sad. And the cause was the balloon popped. It was raining. The fact that it's raining is the cause. The effect, Mom had an umbrella. So I guess when she needed to go outside to get something, she used an umbrella because it was raining. It was a hot day, and I can tell the sun's really shining brightly. And so, what was the effect of it being a hot day? Mike wore shorts. So what happens can lead to the effect. So let's remember, cause is the reason, effect is what happens. I'm going to read a book right now, and I think you may have heard it. Some of you, it's a library book from the school's library, and it's called Rain School. And the author is James Rumford, and he's also the illustrator. So we're going to see a lot of examples of cause and effect. Now, this story takes place in Chad, and that's a country in Africa. So I was going to show you a picture that James Rumford put at the back of the book, because I want you to see where this place is. There's a continent shown on the map here, and it's called Africa, and there are a lot of different countries in Africa. So I see that the boy is pointing to a red shape, and that red shape is Chad, the country where our story is going to be taking place. And then the larger red shape down at the bottom, the illustrator, James Rumford, put that large shape in to help us see the shape of Chad better. That doesn't mean that it's really that large on the map. It's just an extra feature that the author put in for us. So when we think about Chad and it's in Africa, it makes me want to see what the differences are in the way people live than the way we live. So first, let's just look at this title page, and it shows us some of the clothing, and it shows us some activities that the people are doing. In the country of Chad, it's the first day of school. The dry dirt road is filling up with children. Big brothers and big sisters are leading the way. Will they give us a notebook? Thomas asked. Will they give us a pencil? Will I learn to read like you? Stop asking so many questions and keep up, say the big brothers and big sisters. Thomas arrives at the schoolyard. There are no classrooms. There are no desks. It doesn't matter. There is a teacher. We will build our school, says the teacher. This will be the first lesson. So here's the children, and they're walking up to an empty schoolyard. So I see an example of cause and effect. The cause is there are no classrooms and no desk. So the effect of that is the teacher and the student are going to build a school. Thomas learns to make mud bricks and dry them in the sun. He learns to build mud walls and mud desks. And I'm wondering, why do you think he's using mud to make bricks and to make desks? Our school does not have mud desks, and they don't have mud walls. So I think that the fact that they have mud walls and mud desks is because they have a lot of mud, and that's part of the natural resources in this country. And maybe they don't have the building materials that we have. So the cause is not having enough stronger materials, and the effect is they had to use mud to build their walls and desks. He gathers grass and saplings with the other children, and they make a roof. Well, I was just thinking about that. The fact that he used grass to make the roof, that's not like what we have our roofs made out of here. So I think it's the same reason as we just talked about. In this part of Africa, this is the type of material they have. It's got to be something that's a natural resource that is found in nature. And so that's what they have to use to build a roof. So that tells me that having grass and some saplings might not hold up very long for a roof. Inside, it is cool. It smells of the earth. It smells of the fields ready for planting. Thomas helps bring in little wooden stools. Everyone sits down. This is the moment they've been waiting for. The teacher brings in a blackboard. On it, she writes a letter. A, says the teacher. A, says Thomas and the other children. The teacher writes the letter with big strokes in the air. The students do the same, over and over. Wonderful, says the teacher. So the fact that the students are using their fingers and writing in the air to make the letter A is a cause. And the effect is the teacher is saying, wonderful, so she likes their work. She hands out notebooks and pencils. Page 1, says the teacher. Thomas opens his notebook to the first page and holds his pencil ready and waiting. Now, write the letter A. Beautiful, says the teacher. I'm wondering why she says beautiful. Let me think about the cause. Well, the students just wrote the letter A on a piece of paper. So, writing the letter A on paper is the cause, and the effect is the teacher says beautiful. Every day, Thomas learns something new. Every day, the children and the teachers are excited. Excellent job, she says. Perfect, my learning friends. And I noticed that on this map, she is showing them the continent of Africa. And remember, we saw that picture of a map when we started this. So she's pointing to one country on the continent of Africa. and that country is Chad, where the story is taking place. The 9 months of the school year fly by. The last day has come. The students' minds are fat with knowledge. Their notebooks are rumpled from learning. Thomas and the other children call out, "Thank you, teacher." She smiles and says, "Well done, my hard-working friends. See you next year." Thomas and the other children race home. So I'm thinking there's another example of cause and effect. The cause is the children say, "Thank you." And the effect is the teacher smiles and tells them, "Well done." Now that the children are all leaving and school is over, the story changes. The school is empty, and just in time, the rains, the really big rains, have started. Drops come down hard and fast. Strong winds tear at the grass roof. The rain finds its way inside. The school's mud walls are soaked and start to slump. The mud desk, too. So here's another example of cause and effect. The fact that the rains have come and they're strong is the cause. The effect was the mud walls are starting to slump, and they're falling apart like we just saw. So this book has a lot of examples of cause and effect. Slowly the school disappears until there is almost nothing left. It doesn't matter. The letters have been learned and the knowledge has been taken away by the students. Come September, school will start over. Thomas will be a big brother and lead the way for other children on their first day of school. They would stand in front of their smiling teachers, ready for the school year to begin. So I hope that you enjoyed this book. And right now, I'm going to ask you to pause your computer, and would you go and get your cause and effect graphic organizer. And I'm going to help you with the first one on the page. Okay, boys and girls, this is a large version of your graphic organizer. At the top, it says cause and effect. And then it says cause. So I see 3 boxes, and you can't see my third one very well, but you do have 3 on yours. And the effect is what happened because of what you write here. So let's think about this first one. I'm going to do this one with you. I was thinking back to the beginning of the story, and I remember that there were no classrooms and there were no desks when the children arrived. So that is a cause. So if you want to pick up your pencil, I'm going to put this up here for you to copy. Okay? And I know you can do this pretty quickly since you're at the end of first grade and you're ready to go on to second grade in the fall. So what I wrote, there are no classrooms. So I'm going to think about the effect of that. Well, the effect was the teacher and the students build a school. So I'm going to put that up for you to see, and you can copy this side. Okay, boys and girls, I'm going to go ahead and end our time together. And when I'm finished, you can go ahead and you can do box 2, cause and effect, and you can do your box 3, cause and effect. See you next time. Bye.